in that whip, yo, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going, the women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry, that's always on. I know the storm is coming, my pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night, cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot, cause we ballin' and spittin' up every hour. Look, mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody power. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the top, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. From the top of the top, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. Hey, shawty must know I'm the man. My money lover like a #1 fan. Don't open my mouth, let her talk to my fans. My Benjamin Franklin's. A couple of grands, I got rubber bands. My paper planes making a dance. Yes, I'm like that's part of my. We building castles that's made out of. She's amazing, I'm fire blazing, hotter than Cajun. Girl, won't you move a little closer? Time to get this maximum wage that belong on a poster. I'm in the days that is waving at me like, damn it, I know you. You run the show like a hoster. Tell me whatever and I'll be your gopher. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me. It's going down. From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to me.
are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
To throw, Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. To throw is Mariota. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Here we go.
Mariota to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Mariota now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
Here's Mariota. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
In motion right, Debo. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
First down. A gain of 14. And the Washington first down.
They'll run here with a rookie. And all the way down inside the 5 and the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Washington Commanders.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Well, they need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A run inside, crossing Merritt. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get this one to cut, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Darnold down to throw. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Seahawks. First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
To the air again, Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now Darnold on third and goal. He finds Smith-Njigba in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Mariota. He'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for
Here we go.
Washington.
Set.
First down.
10 black.
A gain of 19
On first down, it's Krosky-Merritt.
The Commanders
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now Mariota. Short throw here, the tight end Bates. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ready.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Set. Hut. 33. Yellow. Set.
Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That'll be caught by Cobb. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Darnold. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go.
The drive begins with a carry by Krosky-Merritt. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, that's a bit of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Again, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
That's taken on the 25. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Here goes Sack.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here goes Sack.
Darnold from the gun. He'll try and do this himself. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sam Darnold, 63 yards. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
Commanders 3. For Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Washington offense heading out. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Now Mariota. That's caught. Krosky Merritt with it. Second down and 6 now.
Let's go. Ready?
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Getting in there to knock away that pass was Josh Jobe.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And out now come the Seahawks. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
A rare defensive win against a scrambling quarterback who's been working on a 100-yard game on the ground. Not the direction we've seen him running most of today. This time he goes backwards.
Bad, but somebody gotta do it. Come on, foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
3rd and 20.
Go set.
Now it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Looking to put a drive together.
Down. Ready?
Here's Krosky-Merritt to start the drive. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Play fake. Mariota. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Krosky-Merritt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
On all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with this you ain't seen before.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Play action. It's Darnold. He finds his man. Complete. That's Russell. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold. There's a sure one caught by Arroyo. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Michael Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Ready. Black 40. Ready.
Mariota to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Let's go now. 40. Cut.
The man in motion is Brown. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. Yellow. Hut.
Play action now. Mariota. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's second down.
Quick. Yellow.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Check
To
right.
throw Mariota. Short and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. A good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's fourth down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Ray on to punt the football.
For Washington.
They'll look to set up his blockers. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over first and 10. The Seahawks take back over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Darnold now to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Here's Darnold. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Washington on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's third and 3. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here we go, set.
Throwing again is Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Jay Promo, a 20-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's 21-3. That time a 6-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, that discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Black 40.
Mariota now from the 50. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Mariota. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Setting up the screen, Krosky Merritt. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Here's Mariota. Option left. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
Ready?
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. There's still a little bit of...
They will take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Moody good with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's Darnold. He'll get this one to Cobb complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
At the 47-yard line, it's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. To throw is Darnold. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense back out there. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
To throw is Mariota. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
At the Seahawks 42-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Ready.
Brown goes in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. From his own goal line, Darnold. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Jet sweep here, Smith-Njigba. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now it's Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Again, Darnold. Going right back to Smith-Njigba. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Second down and a yard.
We're going to set.
Darnold down to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Javon Kinlaw gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, set. 52 blue.
Now Mariota. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw Mariota. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
50, green. Ready?
They go play action. Mariota into a double team, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's making have really helped out his team.
Absolutely. They're winning on the scoreboard here in quarter number 2. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
That tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Darnold from the gun. And Walker has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that rail. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Darnold to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27.
Throwing, Mariota. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down,
60 red.
Washington.
Set. Hut.
On play action, Mariota. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to him. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well?
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
8 yards.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Commanders' 48-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Following the interception here, Mariota. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
A give now to Bill. This is Krosky Merritt. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to have a Commanders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
10 block.
On the give, Krosky Merritt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Ready.
Now Mariota. That one caught by the tight end Bates. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. To throw is Mariota. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
He finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba to the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
That's another Seahawks first down.
You think about the great receivers in the game, what do they have in common? The ability to create separation in their routes. Whether it's a head fake, a sharp cut, selling a different route, the subtle bump, it's a tough skill to teach. And this is well done here to get open and pick up the first down.
That'll be caught. It's caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly hoped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw is Darnold. He completes this to Walker. After the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop.
Brings up second and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 20.
Second down and 4. Now it's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cobb. Now a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half
just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Darnold down to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go, start.
Throwing again is Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there at 22.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp from a yard out. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Let's go. 33, yellow.
Working out of the gun, Mariota throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mariota. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Cook once again. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, Darnold. They'll get this with the Cup complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
They'll look to throw again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Down.
The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Ready.
Mariota to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
45. Hut.
To throw Mariota. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 9 yards that time.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sand. Jaron Reed, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play.
On the set.
And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
3rd and 10.
Come on, set. Yellow.
In motion
43.
right is Brown. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight."
Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here we go, set. Black force, set.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. What did we see there, partner? Was that a zone blitz?
I think you're right about that one, and very simply, that just means people blitzing that you don't expect and defensive linemen dropping back into coverage. It throws off the blocking assignments.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And that's going to be Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Set, ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Derek Hall picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And Walker once more. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Net ball. In there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Samuel going to go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Here's Mariota. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. On the ground, this is McNichols. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
3-and-out.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be a 41-yard punt, given 5 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Here goes set. Hey, set.
Play action. It's Darnold. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
To throw is Darnold. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. The Washington offense set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Derek Hall able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. But right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, Johnson. Got a man, it's Rodriguez. is out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Down. Panther 60.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Back to throw. Johnson. This is caught. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Moody good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Looking to put a drive together.
Go set.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 77 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Tried to create a little bit of that hocus-pocus with some magic. But the defense, not impressed at all. They don't lose contain on this very dangerous runner, and they get a big stop.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Go set.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Faking the give, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
For the Seahawks.
before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game back.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jalen Holmes in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I think we're both starting to run out of adjectives because this pressure has been relentless all game, but none of the prior sacks might be as impressive as the one we just saw.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Here we go, set. Right side.
Now it's Darnold. Under pressure, they got him again. Jalen Holmes. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Fair catch. Signaled for.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with McNichols. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Again, it's McNichols as they stay on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 43, here's a second down and 6.
19, 18, ready, go!
And here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Derek Hall. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They need 12 here. It's third down.
Go! 60 Bison, steady, ready.
They'll send Brown in motion right. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jalen Holmes getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So they tried to get him out of the pocket, but that just flat out did not work to their advantage.
Yeah, it seemed to me that he thought maybe he could run around the pressure, but he just kept putting himself in a worse and worse situation. At some point, cut your losses and just go down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. Big strides, look at him go. And he will step out of bounds all the way up at the 45-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington. 43 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Looking to throw. Johnson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Let's go now. 70.
Back to throw. Johnson. Over the middle here to Brown. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
On the 6.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Ernest Jones coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Okay, ready?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go, set. Set.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Here we go, set. Set.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold. Staying on his feet. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready? Check, check.
They'll go McNichols to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, You have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Cowboy 80.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And try to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Darnold down to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Brings up 4th down.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
Turnover on downs.
Johnson now throwing to start the drive. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's McNichols. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. Down the right sideline. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Unlock line.
Now Johnson, off play action. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Well, we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's Johnson throwing on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Washington ready to try again on offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Johnson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ernest Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Come on, set! Panther 60, Panther 60!
Back to throw. Johnson. Quick slant to Brown. And all the way to the opposite 45. Big yardage that time for Washington. 41 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Got it. Ready?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go. 60.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35. And the Commanders.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense,
the safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Under pressure, they got him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
5 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
No!
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Ready?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Noah Brown from 21 yards away. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Moody good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
Commanders 24.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
At the 37-yard line.
Stephanie! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up
3rd down and 1.
Let go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Off the play fake. Johnson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere.
This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Despite being 0 for 4 converting these so far, I guess you're going to say fifth time's the charm. They're going again on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And out now come the Seahawks. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. Second down and 8. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Johnson. And his throw is incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now, standing just about on his own goal line. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Eddie Goldman picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd and 21.
Now Darnold. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw, Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Cobb once again. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and we'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
70.
Johnson now from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
70.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.